Your thoughts on Bill O'Brien going to be the next head coach at BC?
Yeah, we were extremely predictive in talking about this because it really sounded likely that he was going to take the job. And I don't want to rehash the discussion that we had with talking about the off the field family dynamics that probably led to this decision. But my biggest thing, I don't fault him for taking this job, as one clearly could argue after Chip Kelly just left the head coaching gig at a better program than Boston College to take the offensive coordinator job. Yes, Ohio State is a better job to have as an OC than it is as a head coach. But I don't fault him for taking this opportunity to be a head coach again at a program where the expectations aren't ridiculously high and that he's good enough of a quarterback developer, an offensive mind, a head coach, that he could get them to a consistent bowl-winning spot. I think that the goal for him is do what Pat Narduzzi's doing at Pitt. Can you get them to that level where them winning the ACC when they did was purely timing and circumstance? Can you just get them in a consistent 7-8 win cycle? That to me is a success at Boston College, because you're realistically not going to be able to do more than that.
I do think, though, Joe, we do have – let me just mention, you brought up an interesting point the last time we talked about Bill O'Brien. Obviously, a lot of family situations with him do lead to this. He's been in the New England area for a long time, okay? I do think for him, okay, he gets to be a head coach again, and it obviously helps him with his family situation and dynamic. It's the only reason you make the move. Literally the only reason. Okay? Joe, it is so hard to win there. So hard to win at Boston College. So I don't think that there is any take. I think it's hard to – I think, Joe, if he gets them on a consistent basis of 8 wins per season, he's going to start getting fielding phone calls from other places. Because when you start winning like that at Boston College, it's a completely different scenario and situation. It's like, let me give an example. It's like LeBron winning at Cleveland. Okay, I know it's a different sport. I know all that stuff. But when you win at certain places, it's different versus like, hey, if you win with the Pittsburgh Steelers or the LA Lakers, or you win at these franchises that historically are run very well, they have a winning culture. Boston College doesn't have that. He doesn't have the talent around that area to recruit at a high level. Okay, now, how much commitment does he have? How much buy-in does he have in from the administration? Can he get them to a 7-8 win a year place? Maybe.
I think he can.
He can. I still think Bill O'Brien's a really good coach. It's not a great football decision. It's a great personal decision. It's a horrible football decision, because he is never, and I mean ever, going to have the talent, okay, at Boston College, clearly, that he'll have it at Ohio State. Joe, he could take the second string at Ohio State. I guarantee you all of them would play at Boston College and start at Boston College.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a personal thing, and good on him. You do things for your family a lot, okay? As someone who has 2 small children at home, I would do what is beneficial for them, but it's just not a good football move.
I don't disagree, but I brought this up on the last show, and I see that there's people in the comments that have even actually brought this up. I also think that it is important to remember that he has been burned 3 times in a row at his last 3 jobs. Alabama, he was not rushed out the door, but his head was called for by the fan base. He has been completely clowned on for the way that he handled things with the Texans, so much so that it has negatively impacted our perception on him as a college coach. And then he gets fired and let go as the OC and not retained with the new coaching staff that was the same coaching staff that Mayo is taking over with the New England Patriots. So I do think that that has to also come into play here. If we remove the family stuff, that he might be looking for okay, here's a low pressure head coaching opportunity from where I'm from. And even if I really don't think he leaves if he gets phone calls to go elsewhere. I really think that he just
I would
sticks because
agree.
of how badly he's been burned.
I would agree with that if he didn't take the Ohio State head coaching job.
I think that was all he had to offer. You mean the OC
No,
job?
what
I think that was all he had on his
is,
plate.
If he was just saying, "Hey, the pressure's off," he wouldn't have taken the Ohio State job. He's got enough money to do whatever he wants. Okay,
Yeah, but I don't think he would have. I don't think he had very many like true
that's
good
fine,
options.
but what I'm saying is, coaches don't think like normal human beings. Guys like Bill O'Brien think that they can go into Ohio State or wherever and be really good. I think Bill O'Brien is cut from that cloth. Okay. You do bring up one scenario that any Boston College fan needs to understand. Joe, I think that Bill O'Brien, okay, is unfairly criticized mainly due to what happened at Alabama. I don't think anybody looks at him at what happened in New England and says to themselves, that's on Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody.
Bad timing.
Okay. Houston, Joe, so what? He didn't really fail at Houston. He got to a lot of playoff games. He won that division a lot. Now, it ended bad, but normally when coaches get fired, that's what happens. He's not a bad coach. I will tell you this. Don't let Alabama fans fool you, okay, in reference to who Bill O'Brien is. Joe, he averaged 40 points a game. Did you see Bryce Young this year?
I'm not gonna.
Hold on now. Hold on. I watch because my team's in it. Bryce Young made a lot of bad decisions. The Carolina Panthers are bad.
Yeah.
Fine. Joe, I saw him 4 times against the Saints try to complete a pass in triple coverage. I'm not making that up. Okay, like I physically saw it with my eyes. Okay. Don't act as if Bryce Young was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
He was okay. He had shit to work with in Carolina. That's why I don't want to like compare the two.
Bryce has always been a bad decision maker. It's why they lost the SEC West in 2022. It's 1,000% the reason.
It was because of their defense.
Joe, did you? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Their defense was. Wait. They didn't win the SEC West because of the Tennessee and the LSU loss. Okay, but defensively, the way that they played in both of those games, I don't want to rehash this. I don't
disagree with you that defensively, everybody acts like Bill O'Brien was. My point is, everybody acts like Bill O'Brien was the problem. He wasn't always the problem.
Yes. Yes.
All I'm saying is that Bryce Young made a lot of shitty decisions. Y'all thought a 5'9" quarterback was going to be able to make great decisions sitting in the pocket.
Height has nothing to do with intelligence.
The reason he's making bad decisions because he can't see nothing. Joe, he's 5'7".
Okay, now you're just making him shorter as you're talking. He's 5'1". All right, what the hell is he now?
I mean, okay, can I be real with you? Can I be real with you? I'm 6'2".
I'm a little worried. Okay.
You know that I'm 6'2".
Okay.
I've been and stood next to Bryce Young on a sideline at an SEC football game. If he is 5'11", I have a 6-pack of abs, okay? I bench over 500 pounds, and I'm a multimillionaire.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your #1 source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.